first part of this, is all you have to do is guess. Okay? That's all I want you to do right now.
Personality of the person.
Just relax. I told you all you have to do is just watch. Take everything off your desk right now and put it away. All you need on your desk right now is your calculator, your pencil, or a pen, and that piece of paper that I just gave you.
You and Ria.
Okay. What did you do with my
Elliot.
All right, so on this paper that you see, you have 20 spots. You have 20 spots. All you're going to do is you're going to write down the name of the person and guess their age. Do not discuss this with anybody else. It's an individual effort. Okay? There's no need in cheating and looking on the other side and saying, oh, you did this. Okay? Oh, it's this. This person just killed. Now, some of these you guys might not have any knowledge of. That's okay. Take a wild guess. It's okay. Some of these, most of these, you probably do have an estimate of what they are.
So personality, right?
So, personality, write the name. For estimating or estimated age, you write your guess. That's all I want you to do. And this is not a competition, so you do not need, oh, what did he write? Okay? It's okay. Take a wild guess. All right, everybody should have a guess. Oop. Miley Cyrus. Back when she had hair.
Oh.
There's so much better over there. Her age right now. We're talking about people's age right now, today, not
in the picture.
Not in the picture.
Not in the picture. Not in the picture.
Not in the picture.
Hey.
How is that any harder?
Because if you see the picture, you can actually estimate.
Yeah.
You just think.
I'm just going to disregard that because I don't know how it's any different. Okay. How is it hard? So if you think this picture, oh, this picture was 3 years ago, just add 3 years to whatever you got.
How do I know this picture was 3 years ago? This was the Hannah Montana.
Okay, so there's what Hannah Montana. When were you watching Hannah Montana? Don't say yesterday. Yesterday at 3:30 p.m.
This morning, you didn't have breakfast.
Breakfast. All right, let's go. We don't have a lot of time. Barack Obama. I know. Complete lies, and I get it on video. Okay. In case you don't know, that's Lady Gaga.
Yeah, okay, I thought it was Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, isn't she in jail?
I'm not on a fan page, maybe, I don't know.
Can I just have Lady Gaga?
Yeah, she can write
She's
Lady
gonna
Gaga.
go to some like who's
What the heck is
What's the yellow guy?
I don't know. This is from mathfish.com. This is just things that they have. That's usually.
Wait, so we guess the age guy yellows and blue stripes on, right?
No.
That's what
I've been up there the whole time. I'm glad you're paying attention. Okay.
Wait,
Just do it.
Yeah, it's me.
Looks like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Actually,
What's his name? Shia.
That's why his name is from Shia.
Yeah.
Take a guess. I'm assuming this was somewhere around Transformers.
it was interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me know what Transformers. I remember like 3 years ago. Like 2 years ago.
All I remember is Megan Fox.
Oh.
No comment. No comment.
It's the best part of the movie.
Hey, you're recording. Hey, you're recording.
Okay, here we go. Kristen Stewart. Twilight series. Did you just blow your shins? No. Wow.
I think you're the wrong person.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know what that Indian interpretation is.
It's like Jake Tyler. It's like Jake, I don't know, Jake Tyler. Whatever it is. He looks like
He looks like the guy from Fast and Furious.
Wow.
what? Vin Diesel.
Yeah, no.
My brother-in-law thinks he looks like him. Kim Kardashian? The person, not the plastic?
Oh my.
To go by the physical age. That is just not a good picture. I don't know where they got this picture. Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
What was
You don't know who Kardashian is?
Probably the only high school boy in the world that doesn't know how.
I don't watch Hollywood movies.
It's not movies.
It's reality, man.
It's like common sense.
Common sense.
Kim Kardashian.
Don't say that. That's disgusting. That is not common sense.
Yeah, what do you do?
Common sense that somebody knows. Okay, we're good with that one.
Move, man, dude. Shut up. What do you do?
Nick Jonas. Oh, I bet you know that one.
Is this the guy from Jonas Brothers?
What gave that
No, it's not.
what gave that away?
No, I don't know. I just remember.
You are kidding me.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Who is he? I don't know who he is.
Don't try to play that. I don't know who Nick Jonas is.
He's the one Direction.
You're gonna start singing his songs.
Mama, Barbie, go.
Oh my. Oh, is that the guy? No. No. Who is that?
Get from backyard.
I swear my parents are not.
I swear.
All right, here we go. We got Nick Jonas, who, yes, is one of the Jonas Brothers.
Oh.
What do we
Oh,
give
he is one of the if I'm not mistaken, she is
one of the tech people on one of the CSIs. I don't know which one.
Oh, yeah.
How's it going?
No. My name is Osman.
Hey, this is the Aussie one.
Okay, we got Molly.
Wally guy.
He's pretty strange.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm going to know.
Hey, it's just your boyfriend. It's all right.
Oh.
That's your boyfriend. It is. Right there.
I just said Justin Parkinson. Oh. Oh, that's impossible. That's impossible. No one can be better than it. No can be worse than this.
All right, so we got beats. Jennifer Lopez.
Oh,
Apparently, he's on the fan club. Disregard these guys, they laugh at the wind blowing. Okay, so we got old Jennifer Lopez. Ashton Kutcher.
Wait, anyone? All that's anyone from the street? He's not.
Yeah. Stopped watching 2.5 Men when it's Charlie Sheen. So. All right, so we got old Ashton.
I can imagine if everyone in me.
That's 70 show.
Oh, 7.
I know this. I know this.
Yes, I'm sure all of you know the Wolf of Wall Street.
He finally won one.
Not Johnny Depp. Amazing.
The only American person that I know is John Cena.
Although Leonardo DiCaprio was in this geographical area. Thailand? I think he was in Thailand. Helping to save some of the with the reservation.
You know what? It's another funny food. You know
that guy, just go with it.
Is it me?
Yeah, okay.
Is it
If we story for now, that was in 2000. So he was 8 when he did this.
My name's in the.
He was 8, right? He was
She's really the only one. She's really done something with her career after Friends.
No,
Wow.
It's a TV show.
That almost deserves like Colonel Punishment or something.
It's a TV show. So
What is it?
Okay, Mr. Patterson.
Is this the type of?
Yes, he's another Twilight guy.
Of course, you need to keep.
No, he looks very white. That's why.
What?
No, all the very white people are Twilight.
no,
they're all vampires.
Harry Potter is Cedric Diggory.
Yeah, he said it.
Cedric.
We have to play the Cedric Diggory. He dies.
Oh, yeah.
If I was.
Actually, he did that one before he did one. Okay. What's he good for you? That's happening. Yes. She's an attractive woman. Young man.
Oh, yeah.
J.D. Smith. Looking like he needs a haircut in this picture.
Chinese noodles.
It's not noodles, it's noodles.
Speaking of
Sticky noodles will bring up the head. We can live off of
Alright, so we got one more. Actually, two more.
What?
We're gonna have space.
Kirsten Dunst, we have one more.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. What's her name?
Jane.
Mary Jane.
Yeah.
But who are you? Not a bad woman. Wrong. And then you can add one more to the list.
Who's actually want
John Cena.
No, not John Cena.
Oh.
Me.
Yeah, I knew it.
Oh, 20.
Mr. Joe, I think.
20 years old. 28.
19 years old.
20,
I will not get you an X.
5, 15. Okay, 6. Why is it?
No, you were just. I know you're confident. I know you're good. I know your age.
6 months.
I know your age. You're younger than me.
Okay, now, here's the next thing. I'm gonna show you the next part. All you're gonna do is, you're gonna write down all the actual ages.
Wait, you said add one more.
Yeah, me.
Oh, you said he's sick. Jim, he's sick.
He's at least 5 years old.
Jim's
Okay, so these are as of their birthday in 2016. So, go through, you don't have to write down their birthday. All you have to do is just write down their age. And yes, please write it down.
30, 20,
lady, how does that do?
I don't know. He has to say it.
I got 2 right. What?
I got one right.
Kim Kardashian's 48.
What?
What?
Kim Kardashian's 36, Owen Wilson's 48.
What Wilson? See, Barbara Walker's almost 40, even I'm almost.
Jennifer Lopez is 47.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I got one right.
I'm 43.
44, 47.
Oh, yeah.
One wrong. I got Jennifer Lopez right.
This one's right.
Oh, my God, got correct.
Jennifer 48.
Oh, I got Jennifer.
I got
47, 30.
James Smith, right? That's it.
I got.
All right.
Mama correct.
Oh, I got.
I got beef Minecraft.
Pero vaya, you got beef correct. Of course. Yeah, of course you got beef correct. How many?
I would have got
Oh, yeah.
39.
I know you're 39, right? I knew it.
I thought you were 34. 34.
I'm 39.
Yeah, I got
5 right. 40 in July.
I got 40 right.
Maybe
Yeah,
average how many?
I got 5
That's
right.
nothing. Okay,
Yeah, how?
I got 5 right.
now, this is what I want you to do. Once you get out your calculator, you open your spreadsheet.
Spreadsheets.
So cold.
Oh, you have it.
9.
I actually have that.
Oh, age one is.
Yes, I got Okay. TI inspires. TI inspires. Go to your spreadsheet. This is what I want you to put in. Okay? On your worksheet, okay, instead of date of birth, it's your estimated age. So put that estimated age in column A. Put the, you can list that as guess or whatever. And then put the actual age in column B. TI 84s. Go to stats, edit, and then edit. Put the stats.
Go down.
How about
Delete one.
that? So stat, edit, you are going to put these, so the guess is either gonna be column A or for you guys, L1. And then the actual is gonna be in column B, or you guys is gonna be your.
55, 46.
So go to your spreadsheets. What? What's wrong? Right?
25, 30,
What was that?
29,
So in the spreadsheet,
18, 20, 43, 37.
so in Nspire, you go to your spreadsheet, 83, 84, you go to stat. In the Nspire, you can label the column A all the way at the very top cell. You can label that as guess. You can label the very top cell in column B actual. And then in column A, put all of your guesses. In column B, put all of your actual ages.
30.
Okay? If you have the TI-84, go stat, edit, and then put your guesses in L1 and your actuals in L2.
47, 47,
Mr.
38,
Yeah, can you
34, 18, 34, 39,
31.
39, 39. Dude, we finished.
Do you press enter?
Oh.
You want to do two things with it, or just put a capital letter to the second capital. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so do we have these values into the spreadsheet or into your list? If you do, go back to your home screen. For the Nspires, go home. How do you go back home? Hit the home button.
Oh.
Okay, so for your Nspire, go home, go all the way down. Okay, at the bottom of the screen, there's an option for data. Okay,
Statistics.
data and statistics.
What about it?
Hold on, before I go through. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. So you go to your home, data and statistics. That's at the bottom of the page. I think it's like pink or something like that. If you hit that, then it's going to open up a whole screen. Okay? What I want you to do is, if you click on the X, if you click on that, on the X-axis, there's a box where you can click on it. When you click on that X-axis, it should open a bunch of lists. If you named your one value your guess, or you just left it as A, then you select column A or guess. You'll see a bunch of blue dots or something pop up, depends on the color that you have. Then you go scroll over to the Y side. You put in your actual. Then it'll put in all the actual, and then boom, all the points should go where they need to go. For the TI-84s, okay? For the TI-84s, yours is a little bit more involved. So you go second, Y equals, okay? If you select number 1, turn it on, select the scatter plot.
Is that for us?
No. Okay, select the scatter plot. X list is L1, Y list is L2. So if you go through that, you should get a, then if you go zoom, when you go second, Y equals, it'll bring you to an option. Click number 1, turn it on, choose the one that looks like a scatter plot. X list is L1, Y list is L2. And then hit your zoom button, and then select zoom stat. Listen. Then on, make sure, go through this on your Nspire. Once you've done that spreadsheet, get out of the spreadsheet, go home, select your data and statistics, which is right beside your spreadsheet. On your data and statistics, you can set up your graph for the X on the X-axis, choose your guess. On your Y, put in your actual. Now, to show your line on your TI Nspire, to get the equation, you know?
Yeah.
All right, tell us, what do we do?
Click on menu,
Like menu.
go to analyze,
Menu, analyze.
regression,
Regression,
and then should be show the first one.
which is
Show linear.
show linear.
And in brackets and then plus b.
Mx plus b.
Oh.
Okay, now, what that will do is that will show the linear regression. All of those will pop up. And it will also put in the equation. That's very nice on the Nspire. That equation, if it's on top of your line, remember it's live. All you can do is move your cursor, pick it up, and move it so that you can read it. Now, what it will not do is it will not give you the statistics. So, what I want you to do, now that you see this, if you go back to your spreadsheet, for TI Nspires, go back to your spreadsheet. Okay? Go back to your spreadsheet. Then, in your spreadsheet, then I want you to go to your menu. Okay? Are we in your spreadsheet?
Wait, with spreadsheet?
Now, while people are doing that, TI 84, you put stuff in the stats. So go back to your stats. Okay? You have 3 columns. The first one is edit, second one is calc, the third one is test. So go over to calc. Then come down, it should be number 4, linear regression, mx plus b, or ax plus b. So hit the stat button, arrow over to your calc, and then choose your linear regression. Now,
Wait,
After-
over in this would be.
oh, make sure that the X list is where you need it to be, and your Y list is where you need it to be, and then calculate. Yes, I'm gonna turn your.
Four. And for one.
A,
Is this right?
B, D, S, H, G, H. That alphabet.
Dude, what happened? What happened?
Now, for the 84,
No,
for the 84, where it says store regression, where it says store equation, if you hit the second alpha, okay, you hit the second alpha, and then there should be, I think it's over top of the trace of the zoom, I forget which one. If you hit that, it should be a bunch of y equals. If you click on that y1, it will store it automatically in the y1. If not, you just have to write it over. Now, TI Nspire, have you gone back to your spreadsheet?
Yeah.
It's FB.
Move your cursor and go to your own table.
If you go back, you open up, if you open up your spreadsheet, you'll have another tab. You open up a whole other spreadsheet. You arrow up to the top and click on the one to the left, it should open up your spreadsheet as well.
My spreadsheet is FB.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's cold again. Why are you so Canadian?
That's
Oh, that was from Canada. Dude, the guy's only 2 years older than
my spreadsheet is FB.
Latest is only 2 years older than
You're 16.
You're 16. Who's 16?
You.
Yeah, I'm 16. What? No, I'm not 16. Yeah, I'm not 16. Are you? Yeah, I'm not 16 yet. In 2 months. What the?
I want the.
I said Jaden Smith only 2 years older than me.
No, why aren't you? Why aren't you answering?
Because I used to be really bad at English. So funny. What's Jennifer? We're born in 1969. Where did you to be born Mama's gonna die.
Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you guys got an error when you try to get your show linear? analyze and show the linear regression. And you get an error that says something about the argument of the dimensions, what that means is in your spreadsheet, you never hit enter on that last one, so that last cell is still live. You need to go back to your spreadsheet and enter it and make sure you get out of it. Either that or you input it and you didn't have enough. Either your column A has more or less than your column B, so they need to be the same. So if you get that error, go back to your spreadsheet and make sure that they have the same amount. Once you have that, then you can move forward.
That's how we do it. Oh, what do we do in the menu? Oh, you're so I mean, like body
She's right there. I said
body temperature wise. And face wise. Yeah.
Oh.
Of course, the data.
Bro.
What? Yeah. What? No. This is good.
I mean, like,
Oh, what? More like exercise. Abs workout. You do abs workout. 10 minutes of painful abs workout. This guy was making sounds all the time.
Okay. All right. Now, once you're back in your spreadsheet, okay, once you're back in that spreadsheet, now I want you to go to your menu. What are some options you see in your menu? Go down to your statistics. Now, what options do you see? Stat calculations. Click your stat calculations. Now, when you see this, you will see linear regression. It should be number 3. Yes. Stats, stat calculation, and then you got. Okay, quiet because I need your attention. This is where it gets complicated. Once you do this, once you go menu, stat calculation, linear regression, and choose this, you've got a long list of options that you have to put in there. The very first one that says your X list. You either put the name of the variable, or if you didn't name it, you have to put A for the column. But if you didn't name it, you must put those brackets. If you don't put those brackets, your calculator is looking for the variable A. It will give you an error. So if you did not name it, or even if you did name it, it doesn't matter. You can just call it column A. So this is where your X's are. Okay? But you must put in those brackets. If you don't put in those brackets, it's not going to do it. Same thing for the Y. Okay? You must put in the brackets for the variable name that you called your Y. Okay? Now, the third thing that you must do, you don't have a frequency list, so don't worry about that. Okay? You scroll down, it says something like first response or something like that.
First result.
First result column. Okay? First result column. Okay? First result column. How many columns did we use? Two. So you don't want to cover one of them up. So the first result column, the farthest out that we need to go is you need to at least go out to column C. If you go out to column D, it's not going to hurt anything. You'll just have a gap between your data and your response. But you need to at least go out to column C because you do not want that to go over top of your data. Now, once you do this, once you hit enter, now you're going to get back to your spreadsheet. There's going to be a whole list of things. Okay?
What's M and what's B and what's R squared, what's R? Right? Yeah, that's what I did. Oh, that guy. No, that girl. Oh, God. Which one? Which one? No, but there was another guy.
I'm going to explain. Give me a second. I will explain what you see. Okay? You will see. It says y is equal to mx plus b at the top. And then it'll say m, it'll give you a number. Then it'll give b, then it'll give a number. Then it'll give r, then it'll give a number. Then it'll give you r squared, and it'll give you a number. If you did not, then you missed something.
I have no white clothes.
Okay?
What's R?
Now, what do you think the m is?
Slope.
Slope here. That is the part that's right there. What's the b?
Why says
That's the part that's right there. These are the two new pieces. These are the statistical pieces that we are going to talk about. I'm not going to get it. No. It is a correlation coefficient. Okay, the correlation coefficient R is going to be between -1 and +1. Okay? It's going to be between -1 and +1. The closer it is to -1 or the closer it is to +1, the better your fit. The R squared is just taking literally the R and they're squaring it. That's your Pearson correlation coefficient. Okay? So the closer, the easiest thing that we can talk about is the closer that this R squared value gets to 1, the better the fit is. Now, how many of you guys got these values? What's your R squared value?
0.75.
What do you
0.75? Pretty good guess.
Wait,
Yours is what?
0.28.
You're a stinky guess.
I got it. R square or
R squared.
0.629.
You're about middle of the road. Okay? What was yours? 0.54, again, about the middle of the road. Okay? So, does anybody got close to a 1, closer to a 1 than 0.75 for your R squared? Just curious, the other class had one at like 0.81 or something.
Oh,
Why is my R squared lower?
Why is it what?
My R squared is lower.
I'm not good at you.
wait, what?
You did the timing 5 times.
Yeah, my R squared is lower than my R.
Yeah, my R is lower than my R.
Oh, what happens when you multiply a decimal? Come on, people.
Come on, guys.
Come on now. What happens when I say, okay, 0.5 times 0.5? That's not 1.
0.25.
0.25, which is less than 0.5. Come on now. 0.5 times 0.5. 5 times 5 is 25. When you multiply in decimals, you gotta add the decimal places. 0.5 times 0.5 is 0.5.
My R squared is 0.7.
0.7. That's pretty good. Okay. How do you know? Shh. Do you have it on your screen? Then you know how to do the calculations.
What the say 0.9? You have to answer this question.
0.9.
You got 0.9.
Who got 0.9 in your R squared?
Yeah.
Wow. That's perfect almost. Can't get much better than that. That means you guessed almost every single person's age correct.
You have no life.
Okay. Well, maybe he does have a life, that's why he's not reading the knowledge.
Oh! Yo!
Hey, we're cut short because we got quiet. Now, that's linear. This is the important part about this. This is linear. This works for a line. But when you opened up that stat calculation, over here, what other bits did you see in there? Quadratic, quartic, cubic, sine, all of these, no matter what your data is, no matter what data you put in, shh, this is where this starts to work on what we are going to do for this unit. Right? Okay? Once you put this data in, doesn't matter what it is, you can use the process that we just did to get a quadratic regression. And the regression simply means that your calculator is doing, I'm not going to get into it now, but your calculator is doing a regression to get the curve to as closely fit those data points as possible. Stop playing around and pay attention. Now, how many points do we need minimally to create a line? Two. What is the power of the linear function? What is the highest power on the linear function?
2.
No.
1.
1. The exponent on the x is 1. What about a quadratic? What is the power of a quadratic? 2. So how many points do you think you're going to need minimum to make a quadratic? If you needed 2 for a line, then have an exponent of 1. You're going to need 3. A minimum of 3. Always, when you are trying to find a regression of a function, you'll always need 1 more point than the largest power. So if I'm looking for a cubic regression, cubic has a third power. How many points do I need to give?
Whoa.
Okay, always that way. Okay, it's always that way. Minimum. Now that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to find it. That doesn't mean that you're going to be able to find a reliable regression. I can get a regression from that. It might not be one that is the best. The more points that we have, the better our regression becomes. Just think about it as far as statistical stuff. If the more data that I gather, the more reliable that my results are going to be. If I just survey 2 people and I get some results that I'm looking for, is that going to be very reliable results?
No.
Probably not. But if I survey 200 people, it's going to be at least a little bit more reliable. Right? If I survey 2 million people, it's going to be even that much more reliable. Okay? So that's how we work that. So that being the case, you are going to do the exact same process, except not 22 data points. I'm going to give you 3 data points, and you're going to come up with a quadratic.
That's good.
The first one said 1,000.
It's on.
Okay, there we go. Parabola passes through the point 0, 2, -4, -2, and -1, -2. Find the equation of this quadratic. Use the exact same process. The only difference is that once you get to this, you're not going to do a linear regression. You're going to do a what?
Quadratic regression.
Okay, so you have to go back to your spreadsheet, input your data, put your x's in the first column, put your y's in the second column. You don't have to name that. Okay? You don't have to name it.
Just make a little.
Okay? You don't have to, this time we don't have to go through the graphing part. We don't have to leave the spreadsheet. Okay? So we don't have to do the data and statistics part. Just stay completely in your spreadsheet. Put your x's in the first column, put your y's in the second column. Menu, stats, stat calculation. Now, instead of linear, we're going to do quadratic. For the TI-84s, it's no different for you. Okay? Go, I thought I had it written up here. Maybe it is. Go stat, edit, put your x's in L1, put your y's in L2. Then you go back to stat, calc, and the same thing. Instead of a linear regression, you go quadratic regression.
We go quadratic, right?
Yes. Because we know it's a parabola.
0, -4, -2.
Do we do the same thing?
Yeah.
Why?
This is so interesting.
Yes, you have to set your x to the column A, y, unless you put these in a different column. If you put these in column C, then you call it column C. Looks not right.
So what is the equation?
Well, you gotta scroll through it.
Ax.
Ah,
Yeah, it's
now,
correct.
what do you notice?
A is 1, B is 5.
Well, hold on.
C is 2.
What's the very first thing that you see?
X.
Ax squared plus.
Your calculator produces y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c.
Yes.
It describes the standard form of your quadratic. Then it lists a, b, c, r squared. Okay?
R squared is 1.
R squared is 1 because this is a fake application problem. Real data, like the one that we did with the celebrities, okay, that's real data. All right, the closest we got was 0.9. That's really close. That's almost unheard of when you do that. When you're dealing with real data, it's very, very, very rare that you're going to get a R squared value of 1. Okay, this is a heads up for all of you guys that are going to be doing science labs and everything, and you mess up your data. And you say, well, it's supposed to be this. Well, the very easy way that your instructor can tell that you augmented your data is if you have an R squared, that is exactly 1. Okay, so what I'm telling you is a way to cheat without being caught. Okay? So now, you put your X's in there. I told you 4 times the remote's over there.
Oh, so we have to go get there. Oh, so I didn't know.
Okay, now, if you did store it and you put it over into the y equals, that's why you got both of them, because you never took out your y equals the limit.
What do the A, B, C, and R represent?
What do the A, B, and C, and R represent? Well, the R doesn't represent anything in terms of the parabola. Okay, that's in terms of how good of a fit. So what do the A, B, and the C represent? The coefficients on the value. What does the A determine?
1.
What does the A determine?
The coefficient of the x.
No, what is it?
It controls the.
It controls what? We talked about this last time. What does A control? Yes. What happens if A is greater than 1? What does your parabola do? Parabola gets skinny. What happens if the A is between 0 and 1?
Gets wide.
It gets really wide. What happens if A is negative?
It goes down.
It opens down. What is the C?
C controls the vertical shift.
Vertical shift. We said the B kind of
Left to right and up or down.
controls the left and right, but it also has a little bit to do with the up and down.
And C also controls y%.
The Y.
Hey. Okay.
Okay? So remember, when you do this, if it is a setup problem and it's supposed to model some real data, your R squared value might not be 1. But generally, if it's a textbook problem and it's set up and it says like this one, parabola passes through the points and here it is, find the equation of the parabola, this R squared value is going to be 1. Yes.
R represents the fit of the parabola to the point.
It represents the fit of your data to the regression or the regression curve. In this case, the regression curve, because we want the parabola. The closer that R squared value is to 1, the better that
Whoa, that's so. Guess who said?
Yeah.
Slow. After just.
Okay. Yeah. This is kind of putting some things together. Okay. The only thing that we're going to do is for this, please pay attention because this is broken into 4 parts. Okay. And if you don't pay attention and listen, you're not going to understand what these 4 parts are. There are not 31 different problems on here. 32 different problems on here. 40 different problems. Okay, there are actually only 10 different problems on here. So in part A, these 10 equations factor down, so we're jumping back a couple lessons ago. So when we factor quadratics, these 10 equations get factored into what is in section B. You've got to match the equation to the factored form in column A and B. Standard form equation in A, factored form in B, or intercept form in B. Now, part C. Part C is the actual solution, the roots of that equation. And then part D is the graph. So you've got to go all 4 steps. The equation, factor, the roots, and then the graph. You can certainly use your calculator to get these things, but if you use your nugget, you don't have to use your calculator. It's actually much faster to use your brain on this than it will take you the time to punch these into your calculator to find what these are. You can certainly check once you get done, take the values or take the functions, put them into your calculator and graph it to see if you are right. Okay? Now, I know we didn't get a lot of practice with doing these, so our class is cut short a little bit today because of the early dismissal, but we will the next time you come in. So this is kind of review and catching up to today. We will have more practice. I will give you data problems. I will give you data, and you are going to use your calculator and paper and pencil, because I give you that part, to come up with your quadratics. Okay? Questions? Yes.
How do you push that? X squared minus 5 equals 5. Okay.
Same way you do numbers 1 through 9.
You can't factor that. It's 1 and 5. 1 5 is 1. Oh, do you have to?